Today, I'm dying. Today we are going to be going over Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, whatever you want to call it. Just Dragon Ball hot takes in general. We're going to be looking at Reddit first off, going over some hot takes on here. I do these types of videos live, so if you want to be there and give your input as we go along, make sure to put the notifications on YouTube and follow the Twitch if you want to be there. I usually stream bright and early, and I'd love to see y'all pop out. Enjoy the video. Let's just hop right in. First hot take we got. Goku was stupid for wanting to stay dead, believing it would stop threats from coming. Dragon Ball Earth always had threats coming to destroy or dominate it. Pilaf, Red Ribbon, that includes Cell and the other androids. Piccolo, Daimo, I don't know who that is, my bad. Majin Buu and Frieza would eventually reach Earth in his planet-conquering business. Summarizing, Earth was always doomed to begin with, and most of the times it's not Goku's fault. You know, I kind of agree with this point, to an extent, right? They are right, like Pilaf, Red Ribbon Army, all that stuff would be still a threat if Goku wasn't around. However, I think they're kind of taking Goku out of context, funny enough. Goku, when he said he wanted to stay dead, this was during a time where he was trying to foster the new generation to pretty much take the role that he had before, and the role of just protecting Earth. So yes, threats were still around before this time, and they will always exist. He wasn't just dying because, the one reason was oh, maybe less people will come to beat up Earth, you know, or come to Earth to destroy it, which is true to an extent, to be fair. But you don't even have to say that at all. You could just say that Goku was ready to pass on the torch. So whether or not people would come, there would be someone to protect it. So yeah, I, off the bat, disagree with that hot take. Orange Piccolo wasn't an asshole. All dude ever does in his free time is train. Just because the transformation wasn't triggered by an emotional outburst, people say it isn't deserved. I don't think it was an asshole, just to be clear, but I do feel like the reasoning that people give isn't this, you know? You want to know what is an asshole? Super Saiyan Rage. And that is just because his transformation was triggered by an emotional outburst. So, yeah. Super Saiyan Rage is far worse than, any transformation. Goku is actually a good father. He just suffers from A, being dead all the time, B, he has CTE. Bro is just struggling. Yeah, I agree. Goku is a great dad. He cares so much for his son, but he just doesn't know how to care like a normal father would. Of course, to us regular people, Goku looks like a shitty dad, but in his mind, he doesn't know what being a good father to normal people is, you know? So it's just not fair to call him a bad father. He cares so much about his family. Broly doesn't have bullshit scaling. Goku and Vegeta are regular Saiyans who train hard, while Broly is a genetically gifted individual amongst a race that has already a high potential for power. It's like a normal guy going to the gym for years, getting kind of strong. Yeah. I think that's a good point. I've never been one to say that Broly has bullshit scaling because even original Broly, he's supposed to be an anomaly among Saiyans, never before seen, a force to be reckoned with. So they could give him higher scaling than he already has, and I'd still argue that's fine because he's supposed to be an anomaly. So yeah, this is so far these hot takes are pretty cold, I'm not gonna lie. They ruined Vidal's character. Yes, she loves Gohan. Yes, she's happy to be a mom, but Dragon Ball Super Videl is not the same woman. Guys, Videl needed to be a main character, okay? She needed to be the one beating up the bad guys, you know? Because that's just historically how Akira Toriyama treated his new introductions to side characters. They were totally the heavy hitters in the next arc every time, you know? What do you want her to do? What exactly more do you want from Videl? I'm not sure. Gohan becoming a scholar and a responsible husband/father was the logical trajectory for his arc. Nah. No. Not when your dad is Goku. And people want to construct this narrative like, oh, he never liked fighting, you know? Who was the first one that laid pause on second form Frieza? Who was the first one? Who? It was Gohan, every time. So, his trajectory was nothing but up during the entirety of the beginning of Dragon Ball Z through the Cell Saga. And Buu Saga is where they changed that trajectory. Dragon Ball fans overquote DBZA. I love it too, but it's annoying as hell to see it as the top comment on everything. TFS fans in Fargo General with their praise the abridged series to where Kaiser had to say, no, our version isn't better than the source material. I don't think that's a hot take. I think this take is more valid than the first one, because I really don't see this as much as it used to. Because, like, to be fair, there is a lot of that in the Dragon Ball Z community. Like, every comment section for every type of DBZ related material used to have this issue a lot more than it does nowadays, in my opinion. I feel like it's died down a good bit. But this right here, I feel like it is a perfectly valid take. Anyone who thinks it's better than the original source material is just gassing it up, in my opinion. Yeah. I was happy when Chaozu died. Fuck that guy. I kind of agree. I don't think Chaozu is important at all. Even back in OG, it's very creepy to pair Trunks, a literal child, with Mai, an adult older that his mother has been turned into than his mother. An adult older than his mother that has been turned into a child. Yeah. I also think the stuff with, like, Future Trunks and, like, Kid Mai, that whole situation is fucked. I don't think Mai and Trunks should have ever been a thing. A lot of the writing for the Goku Black arc was kind of on that iffy side anyway. So yeah, I totally agree with that one. I don't think that's a hot take though, to be fair. Yamcha isn't actually weak. He's one of the strongest humans. He's just overshadowed by gods and aliens. That's not a hot take. That's just stating the obvious. No shit. There's no one who thinks he isn't strong for a human. It's just the joke of, like, he's one of the weaker ones, like, out of the main cast. Debatably the weakest human out of the Z fighters, not counting Hercule and stuff like that. So yeah. Vegeta should have been the one to train Gohan. He truly believed in his strength, and the fact that he was the most potentially powerful among them, but he was lacking an edge and, more importantly, a belief in himself, which Vegeta would have given him. At what point would it be more valid to train Gohan other than who he was training with Vegeta? It would have been the Cell Saga, because no, Goku was the perfect catalyst to push Gohan to that point. He got Gohan Super Saiyan in the time chamber in record time, and then, like, Piccolo has always been another one who always pushes Gohan. I'm not sure when Vegeta would be a better substitute. I feel like Vegeta would never do that anyway. He's solo dolo. He trains by himself or with Goku or with gods. Like, there's rarely any other exceptions except for his, like, kid. Buuhan, Kid Buu. I agree with it. That's all I'm gonna say. If anything, the fight with Cell showed exactly why Gohan shouldn't be the protagonist. People say this fight should have been the start of Gohan as the next protagonist, while I do think passing the torch would be cool.
20 minutes later.
Okay, this guy's writing sucks. I get his point though, and I kind of agree to an extent. I actually have been thinking about making a video on Gohan versus Cell is one of my favorite moments in Dragon Ball Z, but it absolutely flipped Gohan's trajectory and expectations for the rest of the show. It's never been the same since. So I agree with this to an extent, but I look at it from a different angle on why it's a bad thing. Gohan should have learned magic from the Elder Kai and became Mystic Gohan. It would have paid off his pursuit of being a scholar over his physical training. What magic? What magic is he gonna learn that is gonna be helpful against Buu? Bro, Dragon Ball Z is an anime about people beating up other people. We don't need them throwing around magic at each other. They already got ki blasts. If you talk about power scaling and I feel like you're inferior to me as a person, well, damn. Alright, we're moving on. I'm not good at power scaling, to be fair, though, so I don't think they're talking to me.